What's up, guys? Welcome to my very first nutrition talk for the FBBC Family Facebook page. Woo! I'm so excited about this series. I think it's going to be very beneficial for you guys. Basically, what I'm going to be doing is every week I'll be talking about different nutrition topics that I think are interesting that will also hopefully inspire you guys and be of some benefit to your daily lives. So today, the very first video is going to be about this social stigma of good food versus bad food. This was inspired by an article that I read recently that I found on Facebook. And so I'm just going to start off by explaining what I mean by good food versus bad food. So when we, think in our heads of bad foods, we think pizza, cake, ice cream, Twinkies, all those sorts of stuff. And when we think of good food, we think fruits, veggies, kale, quinoa, all of those very healthy things. So this is very normal that we kind of identify and generalize those types of foods in those different categories. And that's basically all due to the social stigma behind it, really. So the problem with this is that it creates a really toxic mindset in our brains where we start to associate eating those bad foods with bad feelings. So we feel bad about ourselves, we feel bad, we are bad, those foods are bad, we feel guilty, we feel ashamed, we feel resentment, regret, all of those terrible feelings. And that can be really hard for people when they're trying to reach their goals, when they're in training and you're trying to lose weight or whatever your goals may be. It's really difficult because you can get into that very restrictive mindset and put a lot of foods off limits just because they're labeled as bad. And so I think a good way for us to together kind of reverse this social stigma that we all have built up in our own minds is to start looking at foods as either being nutritious for our bodies or not so nutritious for our bodies. So is this food going to fuel me for my workout, fuel me for the whole day, give me energy, allow my body to sustain itself, to digest and sleep and breathe and do all the normal things that humans do? Or is it just going to be empty calories? Is it going to spike our blood sugar? Are we not going to be full for a long time? So that's kind of how I think we need to start looking at it. And we also need to remember that it's okay to have both nutritious foods and not nutritious foods. It's just a matter of moderation and, depending on your goals and the healthy lifestyle you want to live. Maybe you want to be eating nutritious foods most of the time and then have those not so nutritious foods once in a while on a special occasion and kind of treat yourself. And we need to be able to treat ourselves and have those bad foods too, so that we don't feel like we're prisoners and we see everybody else eating those unhealthy foods and we can't eat those unhealthy foods, and we feel kind of stuck in this sort of good food, bad food mindset and state of mind that can be really stressful for our bodies. And just going into stress on your bodies a little bit more, when we start to feel those bad feelings and start to stress about what we're putting in our bodies, our cortisol levels rise. It puts a really big strain on our bodies, even when we don't think that it is, and we don't think it's a big deal. It is. And that's also very unhealthy for your body. You're not going to sleep properly. You're not going to digest properly. You might even gain weight from stress. So it's definitely something to keep in the back of our heads and be very mindful of when we're making those food decisions. And I know it's hard when you're not surrounded by people who are like-minded and they don't have the same goals as you, but hopefully we can start to adopt this nutritious, not so nutritious instead of good and bad. Hopefully we can adopt that mindset and incorporate it into our lifestyle and inspire our friends to start thinking that way too, so that we can make a change for this social stigma, because it's really gotten out of hand. People are really restricting themselves and almost being just miserable with the foods that they are eating, and kind of feeling like they're stuck and that's the only way that they can reach their goals. And that's definitely not true. So, yeah, I just want all of you guys to be mindful of this. And I'd love to hear your feedback and what your opinions are on this. And if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me or any of the team members at Wilton Fit Body Bootcamp, and we would be happy to, have you come in for a nutrition talk and discuss this a little bit more. So be on the lookout for more videos every week. And yeah, I hope you guys are all having a great weekend. So, bye.